Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pounds. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view, hotel got a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me, baby, I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off, each store got locks, I got some trusted shoes. 10K on the countertop, don't look so shocked, it's nothing new. Death comes in threes, wins come in twos, cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. I do a good job, pull up and pop out and pull out. Head on and hood on, pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one, they wanna keep me, oh that's a good one. Pockets are dense, I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pounds. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now.
Okay, Coach, it is always a celebration here in New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Chicago Bears and the New Orleans Saints. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season, Week 17, is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Here we go. The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
80 weapons. Hey, Alpha. Get it.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll run. This is Kamara. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Ready.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. They're just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
On the ready.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Alex Anzalone gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. After the sack on 1st down, Driscoll. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, it doesn't take any great analysis, no jokes, partner, okay? All right, on this one. But we just know that we're going to see this as the game moves forward. There's going to be 2 guys on him on just about every snap.
It's kind of a dare to throw his way, but they have to keep throwing his way.
The benefits could be great. You throw it to a great receiver, he could come down with it anyway.
Now this throw caught left side. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Kamara trying the right side. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this 1st quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well. But when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Switch it.
On 2nd down, Kamara. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line that hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
Right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Hey. Buzz. 58. Get it.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he finds Cook. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Jared Cook, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz good on the extra point. And that makes this a 9-point game. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Ready.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. Well, they don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
Here we go. 60 outlaw. I'm going to come back to you.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Steps away. And now he's going to use his legs. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Now a play fake here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Aaron Lynch in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. They'll look to throw here. Open man is Trey Burton. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Ready? And two stop. Check, 47. Coming to you.
2nd and 11. This one caught by Ridley. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
218, chop.
First and goal, Chicago.
He'll look to throw. And Miller will pull this one in. He's got it for the Bears touchdown.
Touchdown, Chicago.
Anthony Miller, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will get them one closer. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Here we go. Christian, traffic, 10 logo. Hey, Echo. 5.
They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to find Anthony Miller there. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
On 3rd down, a run from White. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down.
Hey, team 6.
They'll try and throw for it here. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Marshawn Lattimore.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. Now, they try to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be third down. The Saints on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd down and 12. Now back to throw. Josh Doxson's got it complete. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
60 or.
And the Saints first down.
A 10th carry for Kamara. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Check 99. Check 99. 61. Matchbox lights. Let's go.
They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. They'll run here. It's Murray. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. 3 yards there. Good enough to keep the drive moving.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL.
Hey, Charlie. Hot, hot. He's crashing. He's checking crash. Hey, 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. Hey, check. 58 is the mic. 58. 58 is the mic. Let's get the ball. Back. Pilot, 64, weak. 58, right over there. Get it.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Watch twist.
2nd and 1. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And it's 3rd and short. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard.
Five down. Stand up in. Check. Fresno. 6-6. Bullet high. Hit it.
They'll set up a throw. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
X3. 218. Jump. Gone. Hey, jet. Ready.
Back to the ground. It's Kamara. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It was the linebacker Leonard Floyd on the stop. 2nd and 6. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And I think the Bears have recovered. They have. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, what's the plan of attack here? Very late second quarter, and look where the ball is.
Yeah, a bad spot for you, but in the defense,
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Marcus Davenport has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. A first throw for the backup Trubisky. Looking deep for Gabriel. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time, but it's going to be second down.
Brings up second and 10 at the 20-yard line.
After the incompletion, here's second and 10 from the 20. Now it's Trubisky. Looking deep for Gabriel. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Rock Ya-Sin. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 41-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Well, what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field. You take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position. After a turnover, I feel like I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance? Like, oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. So a big chunk of yardage will be marked off there for that PI call.
And now you know why receivers and the guys throwing the ball, they like to collaborate and just heave it up sometimes, because you can get these types of calls that go against the defense. Pass interference, and they gain over 30 yards of real estate on that one.
On play action, they'll throw. Going up top for Miller. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, there's a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. Deep ball, short ball, and that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
Check, 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 check. You won't touch it.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Demario Davis, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. They're going to look to throw, and he will find Ridley. That's complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
Go, H.E. Gator. Hey, Delta. Protein spill.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Trubisky and the troops staying out there. They will go for it. Fourth down. Here's Trubisky. And Robinson with a big catch. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Hey, nothing to see here, just your standard fourth down gain of 28 yards. And the drive keeps going. They'll look to throw here on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. To throw again on second down. Driscoll. That's complete to the tight end, Broniker. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Saints will have the football back. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
Check out. Go.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. They complete it to Hill. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. That catch good for 5. It's third down. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5.
He's coming. We got double up. 61. Matchbox lights. Bang.
Looking to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23, and they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Watch the ship.
After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. That'll be complete to Cook. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. Looking to find a lane, but he can't, reined in at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
They'll look to throw here. And this is going to be incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Thomas has got it, complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards. Mullins now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Flush to his right. It's hauled in by Dodson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards, the final tally.
Go, go.
58 to Mike. All day, all day. Check.
Big rip.
They'll set up to throw. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 9th touchdown of the season. And once again, the Saints are back out in front. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
Hey, high 7. Now.
They'll look to throw again. Rolling to his left. And he'll get into the end zone to push the lead up to a field goal. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
Anytime you field a kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Let's go, D. Tighten up.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This one caught by Ridley. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11. This quarterback now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here. Now back to throw. And he will find Ridley on the left side. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So 2nd in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. So we come up here on 1st and 10. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. It's a big-time play there for the Bears. 55 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They'll drop the throw. And, oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's got his man. This is Dodson. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Now Kamara breaks a tackle. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
On the ball. On
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 5.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Check 24, check 24.
Bravo.
58, boys, 58, 58, Mike. Hey, let's get this, get this.
Ready?
He'll drop to throw. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Michael Thomas, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But and for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Aaron Lynch. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans.
It's not good.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they gave up the pick 6. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Rock Ya-Sin. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand.
And Kamara has it stripped.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The busy night continues for Kamara. And some room to maneuver. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
6-6, pull it high. Hey, Alpha.
They'll set up the throw. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
X3, 218, chopper.
Running with Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 11.
Twist on travel. Squeeze. Five.
They'll look to throw. A deep ball for Dotson. And this is taken in at the 5. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Driscoll airing it out, looking for Ridley. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Rock Ya-Sin. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Here we go, D. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Protein spill.
Check three.
Ready?
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
It's a loss of a yard.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Some fancy footwork, but not much room to operate. Just up past the 25 and no further. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
Rock it. Hey, wahoo!
Watch the twist.
Snap.
They're going to look to throw. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. It's Clinton Dix with a pick. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense.
And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Demario Davis make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. He'll look to throw to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears.
And that's caught for a Bear touchdown. It's the tight end, Trey Burton. Trey Burton, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Now Trubisky will lead the Bears up to go for 2.
Watch the pass.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And the Saints are going to get to this one, so that should about do it. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all, and if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Hey! Hustle, hustle. Back.
They run it again with Kamara. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
It's a gain of 4.
Down. 61.
So this one a victory here for New Orleans, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second.